Welcome back, Powerful Mind. How are you guys doing? I've missed you so much since last time. We are back and we are better than ever, baby. Today we are here with some new faces. Today I'm here with
Supreme Ortiz.
Do I go now?
My
name is Malachi. My Instagram is MAL_ORNEAS. Hit the follow
okay,
button.
yeah, and my name is Amaya Cartagena.
The government name.
So why do y'all think that we put these people just like us on pedestals? Like, why do you think there's that? Our imagination creates them so big when they're just people you can meet at the club.
I know, right? I don't know, man.
I think it honestly is because we can't relate to them in a lot of the things that they experience. Obviously they're human beings and they experience same things as us, but performing in front of a crowd of 100,000 people. You know what I'm saying? That experience of that, not being able to walk down the street without getting mobbed and having so many people recognize you, not having basically any privacy. That's a huge thing, because especially nowadays with social media, are you kidding me? Just like Dre was mentioning earlier, just you can literally figure out where any celebrity is if they post it, you know?
Yeah.
And like you said, in Miami, you just pulled up because you saw that they posted it in hopes to see them, you know?
Yeah.
So I think social media has a big, huge part in it, because it is tangible, but at the same time it's not. It is realistic, but at the same time it's not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I think they're if life is like high school, they're the popular kids. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's a good
that.
way to put it.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
I don't know. I think of things different.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. They got the nicest clothes. They know those people, the pretty girls.
Yeah.
Know, so
all the money and everything. Would you, if you had the opportunity to, would you be famous?
absolutely.
Yeah. Why?
For money.
Money.
Yeah. I feel like fame is I don't know. I feel like it's more problematic when it's given at a younger age, and then you grow into it, because it's you don't know what it's like not to have the admiration. You don't know what it's like not to have everybody supporting you all the time. So it's when you have to go do things yourself, you feel me? Mm-hmm. Or whatever you got famous for isn't involved, you're not getting that same admiration anymore. It causes problems. So me personally, I'm not famous, and I deal with my stuff pretty well, and I feel like that would just give me more opportunities to make money and, create my legacy. So
It is a good point, though, with, the kids and stuff. Cause,
yeah.
They're, a little kid, a normal little kid can get in trouble, and obviously not the whole world is looking at them. But if you're famous and you get in trouble, you're going to, obviously everybody's 2 cents is gonna come in because everybody's watching you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I look at it as they say, anything too much of anything is too much. You know,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you getting praised for anything you do since you're 12 years old, you feel me? You stop getting praised, you're gonna start doing stuff to get any type of attention, just like a kid. You feel me? When a kid starts acting up to get attention, that's just how it goes. You're just too used to that constant admiration. So I don't feel like it would pose a problem, but I've also never been famous, so I don't know.
I'm gonna have to say I'd rather take the money and be on the low end, like Dre was talking about.
What if it's a package deal?
If it's a package deal,
a BOGO.
I'm taking it.
Then it is what it is.
Yeah, he said it is what it is. He said, I guess I'll be famous and rich. I guess I'll be famous and rich.
Whatever. It came with the package, then no doubt.
Yeah.
Imagine you just write on something and it's worth something now. That's what I want to get
that's
to.
A little.
Somebody tries
literally,
to
that's what it is. That's run me pay me to show up. You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
What?
Pay me to breathe air.
Yeah. I for me personally, it's not even necessarily more about the fame per se. I just know that with having more money is just more opportunities to not only live comfortably for myself and pay for experiences. That's my biggest thing. I love traveling. I love experiencing things. I feel like it just makes me a much well-rounded person.
Right.
You know, the more you experience, the more it widens your horizon and your mindset and all of that. So that would help me to do that. It would also help like my loved ones and the people who helped me get to that point come up with me. Because it's crazy like how a little bit amount of money can go such a long way for like people who don't have it like that. You know what I'm saying? So like that would be super important. And also just being able to actually create and like do that as a living is sick. Like, because that's when I'm the happiest. I am absolutely the happiest when I'm creating, producing content, producing projects, coming together with like-minded people who are just as ambitious and want to keep creating and creating opportunities for other people and, you know, seeking out opportunities. That's when I'm the happiest. And with that, sometimes fame comes with that territory, which I'm not mad about. But, you know, so for me, that's kind of how, like, I would... You know, if it happens, it happens.
I like how you said experiences. That's how I always say, like, I want to judge my life, value my life in the amount of experiences that I have. And that's really the overall, like, you know, goal. I feel like if I wanted fame, it'd be for the money so that I can experience more things. And
hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to, when I have kids, I want to be able to tell them, like, I did this, I did that. Not, you know, oh yeah, I stayed in Port Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? We started getting traffic around 2022. It got crazy. I don't know. Everything used to be 10 minutes away.
Now it's like
everywhere.
You know what I'm saying?
These people came down from the north.
And I'm stopped.
Right.
Stop. I don't know. This needs to be
can't
illegal.
even go. No, the point, literally, the point where you can't even go through the intersection on the green light.
Yeah.
Are you joking?
What is
Me on the way over here, like, just trying not to get mad, just driving over here. I'm like, I gotta be in a good mood, gotta record.
Right. I have another question. What do you think, like, obviously Powerful Minds is your creative output, that's what you want to do, but how did you find that and also put the motivation and belief that it could be more? Like, how did it turn from, like, a hobby or, like, just an interest to, like, something more?
So, great question.
That's a good question.
That was a really good question. So...
You're trying to get mad. Finesse.
Stop! So he said, "No, I'm surprised you didn't bust out fake glasses."
I know.
Literally. Right, the ankles. Hey, don't put his ankles in there. No.
Cut that out. Cut that out.
You see what it is? You
You'll get viral for the wrong reason. I want that. You're about to get famous.
You're gonna log into Instagram. You're gonna be like, "Are those my ankles?"
Ankles and a comment under. He need lotion.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Okay, so to answer your question, so actually Powerful Mind really did just start with me wanting a clothing brand. It was honestly quarantine. That's really what, like, sparked me wanting to actually create something. Because all throughout high school, I did have that creative outlet. Like, that, like I said, that's when I'm the happiest. Like, just making people laugh is also a huge thing for me. Like, that makes me so happy. Is, like, making other people laugh. And, you know, just having a good time with other people and helping just create that good energy and good time. I love that. Like, that makes me happy, too. So, in quarantine, that aspect is taken away, like, completely. Because I was also in high school still, you know? Yeah. So, yeah, so in high school, I was able to do, like, I was the head of, like, band and theater. Like, I was performing all the time in high school. And then quarantine happened, and quarantine depression definitely hit. And I was like, I need to figure out, like, some other way, some other, like, outlet for myself to, like, create and whatnot. So that's when I was like, you know what, like, let me just do a clothing brand. I don't know why. It was super random. And I was like, I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know what it's even going to be called. And I actually had a dream about Powerful Mind. That's how I figured out the name. I literally have a video, like a Snapchat video with, like, the timestamp. It was like 3 a.m. I, like, woke up and I'm like, I know what my clothing brand is going to be called. It's going to be called Powerful Mind. Literally back in 2020. Yeah, it just came to me in a dream. I said in the dream to somebody, I was like, yeah, just because you have such a powerful mind. And I was like, wait, that's kind of hard. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how, like, Powerful Mind came about. And then I did do a whole website. The first website I used, actually, I talked about it with Nasir in Nasir's interview. I actually hated it. I hated all of it. I just didn't like the way that they drop ship things, because I was like, I don't have the money to like buy an inventory of things and keep it and like put it out myself.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just gonna drop ship, meaning like they do all the work for me. Like people just order from the website and a third party ships it to them, right?
Yeah.
So the first website, I actually hated it. I put in all the work with Nasir to make this design. This design took like fucking like 6 months to actually make and like be okay. And you're looking at it, you're like, well, it's pretty simple.
This is amazing.
Thank you. Yeah. There are so many different rough drafts of it where I'm like, no, I hate that. No, actually that. You know what I'm saying? So it took like 6 months. And then finally I got it. I dropped the website, everything, did nothing else with it. And I was just like, well, it's out there, you know, like hopefully people buy it. And then I left it like that for like a year. Went back to it, redid it on Shopify, on a different platform, the website, completely revamped it, dropped it again, and the same thing. I didn't do anything else with it. I just kind of like dropped it and was like, well, I hope people buy it. And, you know, I did get some sales, but like nothing crazy, you know, and that was really it. Like I paid for like Google ads, and I paid for like the engine. Like I paid for a lot of the things, and I put in the work. And then actually recently, because it's always in the back of your head, like, to create and like do something. Like it was, I always knew like Powerful Mind, I need to end up doing something with it. Like I already put in all this work and everything, right? So actually like probably 8 months ago, I realized, I was like, if I want to make this successful, I need to actually make a brand behind it. That's like the number one thing that a lot of people will tell you, is that the way that they made a lot of money to start off with is because they created a brand around a product. Or around who they were, their brand as a person, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, well, this is a great product to like build a brand, because the whole reason as to why I created the company, I felt like was super dope, and I was like, why am I not pushing that, you know? So then I really internalized it and was like, you know what, we're gonna kick it into gear, and we're gonna like freaking do this, and we're gonna do it like really good, and it's not gonna stop like getting motion, it's gonna go to the moon. And that's just the mindset that I've had on it. And honestly, I had talked to Tommy Rodriguez. He had come into like my restaurant, and I just happened to get into a conversation with him. I had no idea who he was, and we ended up talking about Powerful Mind. And he was like, why aren't you doing anything crazy with it? Like, that's awesome. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? He's like, build up the brand behind it and like run with it, you know? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then I sat down and started just thinking about it and brainstorming. And over time, I was like, I know exactly what I want to do with this and how I'm going to do it. And I'm not settling for any less, so.
And I want to commend that, because that is I really like your, like, people have ideas all the time, but it seems like your brain automatically thinks of how I'm going to do this, what's this next step. You know what I'm saying? Like, getting down to the details where it's not just the bigger picture, but it's the actual things that I can do. And that's not that common, so that's very, 100%. You know.
No, yeah, definitely. And, like, but the thing is, like, I appreciate that a lot, like, a lot. And people say that to me, and they're like, wow, that's crazy. I'm like, but why aren't you doing it? Like, why aren't you doing it? Like, what's stopping you? No, okay.
Why are you attacking me? I'm
like,
like, yes. Yeah.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm trying
to bring to light to people to like, I could do something too. Like,
exactly. Like, I want to encourage everybody, like, just do it. Stop making excuses. Just do it.
My next question, because as someone that's creative, you know, when I want to be, I feel like that a lot of times there's a lot of criticism from locals, people like you go to high school with, or people you know. What did you do to like get past that barrier of like, I don't care what you think, I'm gonna do it anyway?
So actually that is another reason as to like why I even created this, is because in the mission statement, like on the website, it literally says like, as young people, like, we get shot down a lot. Like, we've talked about it in our previous podcast before. Like, you get shot down a lot because you're young, and they're like, yeah, sure, whatever. You're gonna do, like, whatever. Yeah, post some funny videos, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, like, as long as you're, like, true and, like, truly believe that, like, what you're posting is gonna be funny and you're gonna find the right audience. That's all that matters. I honestly have some people I blocked because I knew that they were going to criticize me or whatever it was, and I have zero time for that negative energy in that space. So I literally just block people. Like, not even on some petty nothing. Like, it's just, I don't have time for negative energy. Like, and truly surrounding yourself with people with that good energy who believe in you, who are like, you know what, you do got this. This is incredible. Like, keep it up, and will like provide you with like a good foundation, and you know, and you do the same with them, because obviously you don't want to just get gas. Like, you gotta help other people out too, you know. But that's the key. That is the key, to surround yourself with like-minded people.
I'm a little different. I like to see me doing good.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't know, like, you watch it, I got
for sure.
Yeah. No, but yeah, no, that's a big thing. So like I model, but I want to do like more funny stuff. But that's something that I struggle with sometimes. Is like just like the judgment of people, like just thinking like he's being extra, or you know what I'm saying, whatever. And honestly, if I'm being so real with you, it's all in my head, because I really don't get any like negative energy. Yeah, when I try to be funny, people laugh and stuff like that, but it's just like me in my own head and like my own battle.
You have to get out of the way of yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
That is a huge. You're like, to sum it up. You have to get out of the way of yourself. Like truly.
Just do it, bro.
Yeah.
Do it.
It's crazy.
Even if it sucks or whatever you're trying to do, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's gonna start off like rocky, but you're gonna get that. You know what I mean?
When I first started like modeling and stuff, it was my friend. He's a photographer, Savvy. Y'all know Savvy. Yeah. He was getting to learn learning how to be a photographer. Yeah. So I basically kind of just, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I was a prototype, and I ended up liking it. So then, whatever. And then so like at that point, I felt like I was like really strictly on like the modeling thing, like making sure all my pictures were professional and this, that, and the other. Whereas now, I feel like I'm trying to find like a happy medium of like showing my personality and being funny, and also, but still like doing the model thing, just finding my own like fit. You know what I'm saying?
1,000%. Yeah, because that's
I'm on my way of getting there.
That's your brand. Like for example, like Drake has OVO, like Lil Wayne has Truck Fit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like there's certain things that you relate to that person. That's their brand. Like and you're more than capable of doing that. Yeah. You know? I understand that like struggle that you're saying in your own way, because like I also make funny videos and like skits and everything like on TikTok, and I'm trying to like rebrand myself through Instagram, like the way that I come across, because I realize like I think I'm dope, you know, but I want that to come across like, oh, okay, like this girl is funny, you know what I'm saying, and like this girl does like have a brain, like, you know what I'm saying, like it's like certain stuff like that. It's like how do you want to come across, but you have to like produce it, like you have to produce it, you know, and you just have to be like, you know what, like F it, I'm just gonna do it.
Literally, you have to do it.
And but that's also another thing. I feel like the funny route is also kind of hard, because people are gonna take you less seriously, because you're like trying to be funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to make money and be funny.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a difference.
It rhymes because it works. That's what I do.
You know who's amazing at that? Drewski.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Like, hello?
It's actually funny.
It's hello?
Yes, it's actually hilarious, because I was thinking about this the other day. I don't know why this man is famous. I have no clue why.
He's just hilarious. He's just hilarious, and he does the most outlandish skits and stuff that nobody does. And he just be chilling with like celebrities and all the time, because like it's just good energy to have around. Yeah. You know?
No.
Like that is the perfect example.
Do you watch the Could Have Been records?
Yes, that was hilarious. Yeah. I like actually watched the whole entire thing, because I only saw a clip of it, and I was like, nah, I need to watch the whole thing.
Yes, you know? Bro. He's hilarious. He is funny.